Do you see many 1031 exchanges fail? And what are some ways that we had talked about how if you don't identify in time that it can fail? Have you seen other failures like that?
Okay, this is a few categories of, there's not a lot of failure, but I can tell you right up front that I can interpret, I can sort of assume something isn't going to work out right because of the following. Number one, we had a client, and I shared this with you at one time, that did a reverse exchange, and he had a property, just one property, Rancho Santa Margarita, he needed to sell, and he had an idea in his head of what that value of that property was going to be, and he wouldn't come off that value for anything. He wouldn't come down $10,000.
An
He would not.
unrealistic seller? I've never seen that in my whole career.
I know, what a surprise, right? And so he held out and held out, convinced he was going to get the money, an offer for what he thought that, it should sell for. He wouldn't listen to his agent. It was horrible. His agent would call me and beg me to say, call him, see if you can get some sense in him, but no. So that exchange fell apart because behind that, you really need to listen to your real estate professional like Jordan. He knows the values. He'll give you, he'll do what he needs to do to figure out the right value. And even though we may have a number in our head, if we stick to that and not listen to our real estate professional, then we could end up blowing the whole deal. Because like Jordan, he knows his real estate and we need to trust them. And think about the other side. If you're making this exchange, doing this exchange to upgrade your portfolio, if you're going to miss out on $10,000 on here, you're ending up going to make up the $10,000 on what you're going to buy. So you got to look at the whole picture. Another idea of people that may not fail, that fail versus don't fail, is anybody that really works. I did, a few years ago, I did some math on this, and I checked up all of our clients that worked in advance, like got an extension to got a longer escrow period for their sale property, and really was proactive in the beginning. The chances of them failing was like, the success rate was like 97%. It was amazing. Versus the people that thought, oh, I'll make this all happen. It'll be okay. We'll start when the property closes. And so they start in the 45 days. They don't do that advanced work. It was like an 80% success rate. So it dropped drastically.
Yeah.
And it might have been even lower because those are the ones that fall apart. Like, I got a vacation to do and I'll be back, and then I'm sure I'll find a house. Or I got to do this and I'll be back. You got to put the exchange, this is like 45 days out of your life of really working on it. Try to see if you can get it together. Find your replacement property and then go. Then go do what you need to do.
Yeah.
That, and then one more is that we talked about unrealistic values, delaying, and not being proactive. Those are the two.